You're watching Maryland's first television station. Now, WMAR 2 News.
Today is December 26th. I'm Randall Newsom, and these are some of your top stories. Well, a 10-year-old is dead after a fatal fire in Elton early Christmas morning. Just before 8 o'clock, fire crews were called to the 300 block of Willow Drive for a house fire. According to the Maryland State Fire Marshal, firefighters entered the home and located the young girl, but she was pronounced dead on the scene. It took nearly 75 firefighters to get that fire under control. No word on the cause of this fire at the time. Well, after 2 weeks of complicated bus routes and fixing train cars, riders can finally hop back on the Baltimore light rail again. And all rides will be free until January 2nd. Service was suspended 2 weeks ago for an emergency inspection of the entire fleet. Now with service resuming, the shuttle buses between light rail stations will stop running. MTA says it applied for a $225 million federal grant to improve the light rail. Well, Ravens fans got a late visit from Santa last night with their win against the 49ers. They snatched a 33-19 victory on the road. Next up, the Ravens will be back home to face the Miami Dolphins, another top opponent in the AFC, but they're looking good right now. Kickoff is at the Bank at 1 p.m. All right, let's take a look at this forecast. Meteorologist Cesar Cornejo. Hazy out there, Cesar.
Well, Randall, it certainly is a foggier start to the day, but that's just denoting some of what we can expect to see. Today, we are going to have some rain showers making their way in. Winds out of the east, so that means more of a humid, slightly warmer air mass, and that's why we see a temperature of 50 degrees along with some of those partly cloudy skies. Then going into the weather headlines is what we can expect to see. Well, the wet weather continues to slide in for parts of Tuesday and even going into Wednesday. See a little bit of a dry break here in the middle of the week, but then looking at the weekend, looking fantastic for that New Year holiday that we'll talk a little bit more about coming up in just a few moments in my full forecast.